Man, thank you so much. It's so good to see you again. Today, we're talking about relationships, basically, man. People are wanting to be single. They're wanting to be in a relationship. They're all over the place. Let's just say that. But today, we're going to kind of talk about dating with purpose and, maximizing if you are single, how to make it through this difficult time. So we got like two things to talk about in very little time. So let's hop on it, man. Thank you so much for joining me.
Man, I'm excited to be here. Listen, if you are single, do not panic. Right now, we have singles who are panicking. And so what happens is when you get a single who is panicking, we get singles who settle. They settle for people that they really don't want to be with, but they're only with at the time because they're lonely, they're sad, they're frustrated. I don't want you to make a lifelong decision because of a short-term pandemic. I need you to start thinking about legacy. And so I'm asking all my singles, before you settle for somebody, let's first sit down and assess what's really going on. You got to have a vision for your life. Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to do? Before you find somebody, make sure you find yourself first. And you got to make sure this is the time to say, okay, what business am I working on? What does my career look like? What's my faith, my soul look like? How's my fitness? Let's start working, because sometimes singles get frustrated because they're bored. And so you're settling because you don't have nothing to do. Let's give yourself something to do during this time. And when you start dating, and if you choose to jump into somebody's DM, you know that it's on purpose and for reason, and you know that it's somebody that you really are going to find interesting when this is over.
So you're saying be intentional with your dating when it's that time. How do you know, if we can kind of go in that direction, how do you know if you're ready for a relationship? Some people, I think they just kind of hop into a relationship. I think I'm ready, he cute or whatever, or she's cute or whatever. But how do you know if you're ready, ready for something like that? If we're talking about dating with purpose, man.
I think it comes back to recognizing who you are and where you are. You have to ask yourself some tough questions. Am I really ready for a relationship? Am I ready to sacrifice parts of my life for someone else? Am I ready to share my dream and share my food and share my space with somebody else? Where am I at financially? Am I financially stable and in a position to be able to handle a relationship and not lean on somebody to just go half on the rent? You have to ask yourself some tough questions, because what I'm finding out is that not everybody wants to be in a relationship. Some people just want a Friday night date. Some people want a Hallmark movie experience. Some people just want the feeling of love. And when you really know you're ready for a relationship is when you decide, I'm ready to be exclusive. I'm ready to be with one person. I'm ready to do life and work on legacy together rather than just by myself.
That is crazy. I've never heard a Hallmark experience, man. It's serious, but it's funny, man. I've never heard that before. So when we're talking about dating with purpose, you said sacrifice. That stood out to me. When you say sacrifice, can you hit on that a little bit? Because a lot of us don't know what that means, sacrifice.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we don't understand about a relationship, because it doesn't sound pretty, is that the moment I get into a relationship, there is a part of me that dies. And we don't like to use that word or that term because we only want to feel like this is going to be great. But the truth of the matter is, when you come into a relationship with someone else, the way I used to think about things, the way I used to do things, man, let me tell you something. When I was single, I used to wake up in the morning, I used to leave my house and come back when I want to. That died when I got married and got into a relationship. Now when I wake up, my wife wants to know, when are you coming back, bro? She wants to know, where you gonna be at? And I'm into the first year, I was like, what? I'm grown. But I had to sacrifice that part of my single life in order to be in a relationship. But I just believe this, man, two are better than one. And when two people are making sacrifices for each other, man, there's nothing that can stop you or break your momentum. It's the most powerful thing in the world.
That's crazy, man. So if you're single, keeping yourself occupied. There are a number of things that you can do. One being exercise. Exercise. Build a business. What are some other things that you would advise with your expertise and level of knowledge?
I'm telling everybody, get on social media. I know that we all have different feelings about it. I'm telling everybody to start utilizing this platform for your voice. This is a time for influencers to step up. This is the time to build your tribe. Whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We even got a whole TikTok crew, man, that's coming on strong. Whatever's your thing, this is the time to start connecting with people. Technology is the new way that we're going to communicate. And even when social distancing is done, there's still going to be a digital platform and a digital way of doing life. And I don't want you to miss out because you're only secluded to where you are in the moment. I want you to recognize there's a whole world out there. There are people in other countries and other states and other cities and other parts of the world that you could be connecting to. There are customers that you don't even know are customers yet because you're still stuck in your house. But if you open up your phone and use it for business and use it for building people, not just for gossip, not just for looking at the coolest trend, but for paying attention to what's happening in the world and connecting with people who have like-minded dreams and ambitions, man, it will change your life.
And so that's big because that actually goes against the belief system of many people in America, you know, especially the older generation. They're going to tell you, get off that phone, put that phone down. You're always in that phone, you know, and so that goes against everything that most people believe.
And they were wrong. My grandfather right now used Zoom for the first time about 2 weeks ago. My grandfather wasn't even thinking about a smartphone. To him, smartphones are dumb phones. They make people dumb. But now we're realizing in the midst of this pandemic, wow, where would we be if we didn't have technology? Where would we be? You and I wouldn't even be talking. But there was a time where I had to get on a plane, man, just to sit down with you. And you had to pay for a hotel room for me to get there. Now I'm in my home and you're in your home. We're able to connect. That's the power of technology. I don't believe in abusing technology, using it just for entertainment purposes, even though that's part of it. I believe in using it for business, for ministry, for family, for helping people, for serving people, and for building a tribe that one day may be your clients. You never know.
Right, that's good. And so my last question, I got two more questions, man. Those that are dating with purpose, what advice would you give them in this crazy, weird time? What would you say to them?
I would say dating community. Even in the midst of social distancing, I would say that if you're going to date and be successful, find couples who are successful already and ask them to be a part of your relationship. You don't have to tell everybody because some people can't handle the information about your relationship. Find an older married couple. Say, hey, can we Zoom chat at least once a week? Can you guys check in and ask us some hard questions? I think too many singles and too many people who are dating try to do it on their own and they don't know what they're doing. And so they have years and years of bad experience. But yet we have all these amazing couples who know what they're doing and have been tested and tried and have stood the test of time. Ask them, how do you do this, and partner with them. Get some relationship mentors. I really think that would be huge for you.
That's awesome, man. And as we close this segment out, my last question, what advice do you have for those singles that are struggling in this time, that want to deal with someone, but I don't want to deal with someone, but I want to be with someone, but I don't want to be with someone. I'm hungry. I need to exercise, you know, the whole 9 yards. What advice would you give to them?
Listen, I get it. I understand. And I think it's okay to have a day like that. Let me ease your mind. It's okay to wake up sometimes and say, I don't like this. This is frustrating. But don't stay there. It's okay for you to get there, but just don't stay there. And I would just say, I think that you have to become more passionate about the life you have. And I think that sometimes our passion, our purpose hasn't awakened something in us enough, man. I'll be honest, I'm too busy to do dumb things right now. You should be too busy to be settling, even if busy for you is resting. Even if this is a time to say, you know what, I'm going to be reading. I'm going to just be laying back and resting because I've been grinding so much. This is me time. I'm telling singles, this is you time. And listen, get some friends, buy a dog, but whatever you do, don't settle. Don't go back to somebody who hurts you and mistreats you and doesn't understand you. Don't settle for somebody that you're not gonna want to see when this pandemic is over, because it will mess with your legacy and it will mess up what God is trying to do in your life.
Well, man, living for legacy, thank you so much for your time and all of your wisdom that you've shared with us today, man. We greatly appreciate it.
Man, I'm super happy to be here. I'm praying for everybody through this pandemic. If you are healthy and you got the breath in your lungs, be grateful for every day. Smile, and we're going to get through this thing together.
Awesome. And last thing, man, where can we find that book? For those who have not seen the other videos, where can we find this book, man?
Listen, the book Living for Legacy. You got to get this book now. You can get it at brianmbullock.com. It's on Amazon. You can get the Kindle edition. This book is taking over the world. You got to make sure you grab it. Look, Living for Legacy. Get the book, man. It's going to bless you during this quarantine.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, man.
Appreciate you.